they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion?
Number 10, Katie Holmes, Tom Cruise. Tomcat was one of the most high-profile marriages in Hollywood in the 2000s.
I'm in love.
However, the spotlight wasn't always positive, and it tended to disregard Katie Holmes as an individual. The actress initially stepped away from working on big projects, including dropping her role in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy after having baby Suri.
Sergeant Gordon, your friend.
I don't have the luxury of friends.
Tabloid fixation on her family and Tom Cruise's controversial Scientologist faith didn't make it any easier to secure major work. In 2012, Holmes and Cruise divorced, with many believing that the latter's religion was a key factor.
Cruise has spoken dismissively of what Scientologists call SPs, suppressive persons, a term used for people who try to impede the mission of Scientology.
While Cruise remained as towering a movie star as ever, Holmes' stardom was crushed under the weight of gossip. She remains a working actor, but on a smaller scale.
I knew it was 4 o'clock. I just thought it was 4 o'clock today.
That's the first time you've used that excuse.
Look, I said I was sorry.
Number 9, John Gosselin, Kate Gosselin. John and Kate Gosselin were your average couple who just happened to have twins and then sextuplets.
He looked at me one night and he goes, "Kate, 6 babies is not a lot of babies." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Well, like 14 would be a lot."
And one more will probably put us over the edge.
This premise for John and Kate plus 8 made them one of the most popular families on reality TV. The production was naturally imperiled when the parents separated in 2009, until focus shifted toward Kate's perspective.
We can't go back now. We can only go forward.
John became the alleged bad guy in a dramatic divorce that was turned into a pop culture event in the tabloids. While his ex-wife rode K plus 8 into a viable career as a reality personality, John was driven back into a private life. He has hoped to rebrand himself with a music career and reportedly attempted to reconnect with his children outside of the spotlight.
I have like my normal life and my other life that's still kind of following me. It's kind of interesting.
Number 8, Chris Humphries, Kim Kardashian. NBA player Chris Humphries was already recognizable to sports fans when he met reality TV titan Kim Kardashian. However, his profile soared with their televised wedding in 2011.
Chris, repeat after me. Kim, I love you.
Kim, I love you.
And take you to be my wedded wife.
And take you to be my wedded wife.
Everything came crashing down when the newlyweds separated after only 72 days. Humphries' romantic airball became a huge joke in pop culture and at games. Forbes named him the NBA's most disliked player that year.
You know, for me, it's just certain things happen in life and you got to move forwards.
By the time the divorce was finalized in 2013, Humphries' public image was in the basket in the worst way. It seems unfair that his reputation should suffer over his marriage simply not working out. Kardashian herself has expressed regret for putting him through such high-profile embarrassment.
I live in a different world. I was definitely raised in a different world than like Yeehaw, Minnesota.
Still, the athlete's career ended in 2017 with a whimper. Number 7, Madonna, Guy Ritchie. Make no mistake, Madonna's music career is basically invincible. Her acting career, however, was significantly derailed during her marriage to writer-director Guy Ritchie. He had scored 2 acclaimed crime comedies before his and his wife's ambitious collaboration. Unfortunately, the 2002 remake of the Italian adventure romance Swept Away was not only a box office disaster, it was universally panned, earning Madonna 2 Golden Raspberry Awards.
I can't see land anymore. Why haven't they come for me?
Ritchie's reputation as one of the most influential British filmmakers in a generation suffered. But the pop icon felt she essentially had to resign from acting altogether. She has explored filmmaking since her and Ritchie split in 2008. Still, her promising brand in front of the camera was swept away by the movie's flop.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to be tested.
Number 6, Denise Richards, Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's shocking antics have pulled many women into scandal, but Denise Richards may have gotten the worst of it professionally.
I have learned to put the needs of others before myself.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The old thoughtless, selfish Charlie is gone, and I say good riddance to him.
The movie stars got married in 2002. Less than 3 years later, Richards filed for divorce while pregnant with her and Sheen's second child. Hopes for reconciliation were effectively dashed by Richards seeking a restraining order over Sheen's reported threats. The whole thing was a tabloid phenomenon.
I could not understand why my personal life would affect my career, and that was one of the hardest things for me to accept.
After a long road, the exes wound up in a good place. Richards' on-screen brand, however, steeply declined. She allegedly admitted that her messy divorce was a major factor in this. Despite remaining a likable public figure, the actress's reputation has fallen under a heavy domestic shadow.
There's a respect there. He knows I don't judge him, and he knows that I will be there for him no matter what.
Number 5, Robin Givens, Mike Tyson. In the 1980s, actor Robin Givens landed her big break as Darlene on the sitcom Head of the Class. Unfortunately, her legacy has been more tied to heavyweight boxing legend Mike Tyson.
You're going to marry somebody, you trust them, and that's what marriage is all about, is being together for the rest of your life.
Their 1988 marriage lasted exactly 1 year and 1 week, with Givens citing spousal abuse in the divorce proceedings. Tyson admitted to being violent with her, but much of the public bought his claim that Givens exploited him and his fortune.
It got to the point where I really believed I was going to die.
Some of the backlash against her can be considered a classic episode of tabloid misogyny. Givens' acting career has since stayed rather low profile, but she is a prominent activist against domestic abuse. For all of Tyson's open remorse for his past, he does not appear to have publicly apologized to Givens for what he put her through. Number 4, Anna Faris, Chris Pratt. Even as a prominent comedic actor, Anna Faris claims that professional insecurities have been a burden on her relationships. That includes her glamorized marriage to Chris Pratt. Issues with self-esteem and transparency ultimately led to their amicable split in 2018. It was around that time when Pratt started enjoying movie star status, while Faris soon stepped away from the CBS sitcom Mom to pursue other endeavors.
My tiny kidney would not last a day in you. You'd be cowering behind your spleen, searching for your colon, knowing it was the only way out.
However, other opportunities were hard to come by. Her anxieties about public image and professional disparities in a relationship turned out to be well-founded. Faris considers her reluctant sabbatical to be a welcome break from the workload, marrying cinematographer Michael Barrett in 2021.
It sucks until then. What happens though is that everyone's happy.
Number 3, Meg Ryan, Dennis Quaid. Throughout the 90s, Meg Ryan was practically the face of the Hollywood rom-com.
Everything is a joke to you.
That brand was effectively unraveled by a less than Hollywood ending to her real-life love story. She and Dennis Quaid ended 10 years of tumultuous marriage in 2001, amid rumors that Ryan had an affair with her Proof of Life co-star, Russell Crowe.
Who do you care about?
I told you you'd have to trust me, and you said you could.
She later confirmed the romance, but revealed that Quaid had several affairs himself. The scandal upended Ryan's career while leaving her ex-husbands barely phased. Certainly, a string of commercial and critical flops dealt some destructive blows to Ryan's career, but considering what she built that career on, many believe that her bitter marriage and divorce played no small part in her reluctant rebrand.
Do I know you from someplace?
I don't know.
Number 2, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, each other. It could be the celebrity breakup of a generation. After a little over a year of marriage, Amber Heard filed for divorce and a restraining order against Johnny Depp in 2016.
ET can confirm that on Monday, his wife Amber Heard filed for divorce after 15 months of marriage, citing irreconcilable differences.
The proceedings were relatively quick, but Depp's reputation was blackened by allegations of domestic abuse. His defamation suit over Heard's scandalous op-ed piece became a heavily publicized legal battle. The public was captivated as the two Hollywood stars exchanged accounts of physical and psychological trauma.
She had become this another person, almost.
It sparked a heated debate about gender violence, while costing both parties major roles and their good names. Depp may have won the case, but he and Heard were both faced with long roads to recovery in their careers.
I don't care what one thinks about me or what judgments you want to make about what happened in the privacy of my own home and my marriage behind closed doors.
Number 1, Yoko Ono, John Lennon. Experimental artist Yoko Ono held independent esteem before she met John Lennon. However, her style wasn't exactly suited to sudden mainstream exposure.
Yeah, I'm a cool chick, baby.
Ono's image was ultimately devastated by rumors that her meddling destroyed the Beatles. This cruel myth has persisted against overwhelming evidence that the revolutionary band naturally drifted apart. In actuality, Ono was Lennon's treasured muse and partner, and they collaborated in the Plastic Ono Band.
Everybody talks about swag.
Alas, as manager of Lennon's estate following his death, she drifted from her work before publicly retiring by 2021. With popular reappraisal, however, Ono is deserving of a legacy as an innovative artist and part of one of music's great love stories.
We're individuals, and we like to do things that are more conceptual than anything else, you know.
What careers do you think were most affected by a celebrity relationship? Speak now in the comments, or forever hold your peace.